Hey, what's going on everyone? Hux21 here, back with another Splinterforge video. So I just want to make a quick video here. As you guys know, I'm going to be on vacation when this comes out, so can't sort of do my in-depth sort of breaking news type videos. Hope you guys are enjoying what I'm putting out anyways. However, I just wanted to point out that much like the game of Splinterlands, Splinterforge gets more interesting and more fun at the higher levels. Not super surprising, right? So I've normally fought the bronze boss, but right now I've been fighting the silver boss, Nartor. And I've found a pretty interesting strategy that uses abilities that pop up in silver that I don't have access to in bronze, that have let me get some pretty high scores. So if I click in here on Nartor, you can see I've only played 6 battles. It took me a little bit to figure out my strategy, but now that I've figured it out, and I'm almost in the money. You know, there's still a long way to go to get this boss down, so we'll see. You know, I won't release this video until after this boss is dead, most likely. But just to show you that, you know, specific abilities make this game more fun at the higher levels, just like they do in Splinterlands. Also, what you'll notice is some abilities here that aren't great in the normal Splinterlands ranked battle system are fantastic for boss battles. And I'll show you that in a second. But before I do, I am Hux21 and I cover Splinterlands and Splinterforge here on the channel. If you are interested in this type of play to earn content, it would be awesome if you could take a second to subscribe to the channel. Okay, so first let me just show you quick. I'm spending about and first of all, this is too much, right? So let me go to for rent. Yes, these are the cards I'm renting, and as you can see, I've doubled up on some of them, like the Silver Shield Knight, the Kraken. The reason be, I needed to get the higher levels for moving into Silver League. And the reason why is because I wanted access to new abilities. So that's why you'll see double up of the Silver Shield Knight, double up of the Kraken. When I decided to fight the Silver Boss, I needed to pick up some higher level cards. So, as you can see, it's about 440 DEC, nothing too crazy. Prince Ren, Spirit of the Forest, Halfling Alchemist. I'm not going to use all of these every single battle. But yeah, so I mean, it doesn't take a lot of rental stuff to really build up a solid lineup to go at these bosses. So let's see what I'm playing right here. We have Deathblow, Void, so we want to avoid magic, and random ability is Thorns. So I'm going to go with my ranged hero, who is actually my weakest hero, which is unfortunate. But I am going to go with my ranged hero. I'm going to play the Byzantine Kitty, Prince Ren. Remember, you only need level 1s of the summoners. And then here's this fun lineup I've put together. So I go here to the slip spawn. I always like playing a taunt in these, just so I can sort of try to heal through any damage. And notice something. In silver, the slip spawn picks up force field. So any attacks with 5 damage will be rounded down. Okay? So normally in Splinterlands, this becomes any attack above 5 that hits force field becomes 1. Here it just gets cut in half. So it's almost like a shield and void combined. As you notice, 5, 5, 6. All of these attacks are above 5. So all of these are going to get cut in half by the slip spawn. So that's key to this strategy. Now, what else do I need to bring? I need to bring some heals. Crystal Smith, give me the heal. It's also going to get up to 3 archery or 3 ranged when you include the Prince Ren boost. Let's bring some more heals because we really need to keep our slip spawn alive. Sometimes you gotta keep doing this over and over again to get the cards to pop up. Still not here. Did we get it? There we did. All right, we finally got water to pop up. Angelic Mandarin with the triage. So triage and healing works the same here. All right, so we have our taunt, we have 2 heals. We're probably gonna bring some more heals, but for now, let's think about getting some damage in. Now, where am I going to go for damage? You might be surprised. I'm going to go to the Vampiric Blossom. And then I'm also going to go to the Gargoyle Devil. Two cards that really don't get a lot of play, generally. Right? You're going to see why these are particularly crazy right now. Now I need to fill out the rest of my unit here. I forget exactly how I've been doing this. I've been tossing in the Creeping Ooze for speed. And then there's a 7 monster that I was playing. Oh, Spirit of the Forest, that's it. So, let's sort of take a quick peek at the lineup. I'm taking advantage of archery with the Prince Ren. Spirit of the Forest has Snipe, which becomes 1.5 damage. Gargoyle Devil has Close Range, which becomes 1.5 damage. Vampiric Blossom, I forget why this becomes 1.5 damage. It doesn't have Close Range. What abilities does a Vampiric Blossom have? Need to see here. Is it? Oh, it's Oppress. Oppress becomes 1.5 as well. But then notice, these two also have Deathblow. 2 times damage if their target is the only monster left on the enemy team. Same here. When you're fighting a boss, it's the only monster left. So you're going to get a boost, not only from their close range or their oppress, you're going to get the Deathblow boost. So those guys can do a ton of damage. Again, these aren't cards that get a lot of play in normal Splinterlands, but in boss battles, the Deathblow is actually one of the best abilities. And then on top of that, we have 1 heal, 2 heal, 3 heal, and summoners aren't popping up. 4 heal. So 4 heals. This is a pretty sick lineup. So let's go hit battle and play. And you can see what I mean. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. Just going to give you a sense of sort of how it works and how I can extend this battle and just do tons and tons and tons of damage. Sometimes it takes a while for this to load up. Okay, here we go. So now you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna hit start. The range boosts weirdly don't show up. So all of these cards, their number that they're hitting for is actually going to be a little bit higher because this 1+ range won't show up in these monsters. Like the Crystal Smith should be a 3, Mandarin should be a 2, 3, 4, 3. And then their boosts are based on top of that number. So we're hitting for 4 there, 7. See, like that says 6, but it's actually 7. Hitting for 3 from the Crystal Smith, 9. So the Vampiric Blossom hits for 9. The Gargoyle Devil hits for 12. Think about it. That's a card you would basically never use. Those 2 cards barely get any play on normal Splinterlands. And look at the Slip Spawn, cutting all the damage in half. They all hit for 3. And then I'm able to heal for 4. We'll see some other heals in a second. Heal for another 4. Just doing a lot of damage, which is great. Another 9 from the Vampiric Blossom. We actually heal the Ooze because of the Thorns. And that's part of the reason why I switched to my range from my melee monster. Just because I didn't want to have to worry about healing my hero because it was going to take the Thorns damage. Normally, I would actually be able to do a little bit more damage, even though I'm doing a range play, if I included my melee monster. But I didn't want to distract one of my healers, and so I was willing to sacrifice a little bit of damage to do that. Although I maybe shouldn't have brought the Ooze, because I don't know how this is going to work if my healers are forced to keep healing the Ooze. Like, I don't know if my healers will let the Ooze die, which actually I would prefer because the slow will stand even when the Creeping Ooze dies. But I don't know exactly how that works. So as you can see, I'm just doing a ton of... So they are healing the Ooze. which I would prefer that they didn't. Just let it perish. It was here for the one slow boost. Don't really need it anymore. You know, the occasional 1 damage is fine, but it's not going to make a huge difference ultimately. So yeah, as you can see, we can just sustain, because of the force field, these slip spawns healing, and then just end up doing a ton of damage. So I'm going to fast forward, and you can see what our final damage number is. I got over 1,000 with this lineup, but I don't know if switching to this and heals distracting on the creeping ooze will let me get to that number again. But I'm expecting, you know, above 700. Skip to rewards. And we did get over 1,000. If you get over 1,000, these don't pop up, but you can see it here. Did a ton of damage. Now in silver too, before I could only get like 14 Forgium or 12 Forgium. You know, now I'm getting 25. So it's not like a super surprising thing, just pointing out that, you know, if you start fighting at these higher levels, fighting these higher bosses, the rewards are better, the lineups and the synergies are more fun, you can do more damage. Here's another great example. And now I'm actually going to switch to my melee hero. I think I need to make a couple changes though, because I messed with some of the items to set up my range. So now you can just also see how this works, because I haven't shown this before. So this is my gold foil shield. So I'm going to need to, first I need to take off actually the mana from, actually I can just add the health to the shield, I think. That's what I'm going to do. I took off some health to add the mana boost, and I'm going to add some health back because I don't have a lot of health. So this is a gold foil, so I get a earnings boost from wearing it, which is nice. I have a couple gold foil cards, these two in particular, but they're low level. Should probably sell them on the peer-to-peer market. I just haven't really explored that part of the game yet. So I'm going to go back to my heroes now, and if I go to warrior, yeah, so this is what my warrior normally looks like. I really need to get better boots or a boot boost, pick up my speed. But I mostly play kitty with this, so it's not a huge deal. Okay, yeah, so this is what it normally looks like. We're gonna go to battle, and you'll see we basically do the same lineup. Not basically, we are gonna do the same lineup. So it's really just coming at my magic damage. The one thing here is the slip spawn will take some reflection, but based on the damage that I'm doing, sorry, not the damage, the healing that I have, I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. So same lineup. You know, it doesn't make a huge difference, right? My ranged monster was hitting for 7. This is going to hit for 6. You know, so it's not like I'm about to put up a crazier number or anything like that. But you want to take it where you can get it. So let's just quickly... I do wish my wish list for this game includes like a set lineup idea, right? Like I want to be able to set 2 to 3 lineups for the life of a boss, and then be able to hit those pre-selected lineups, because it would save me a ton of time from having to do this basically over and over and over again every single time. And you know, sometimes it just doesn't load, which becomes a problem. Boom. Okay. So now, and then I also have to remember exactly which cards that I'm playing. Double, who's left? Oh, we need the Crystal Smith and the Slow. So one thing we do get from this one is that the Slow isn't going to be taking Thorns damage. So we don't have to worry about healing those. So same exact lineup, just switched my hero around a little bit. Again, Slow Spawn's going to take some magic reflect damage, but we have so much healing that it shouldn't really matter. Go to battle. This will be the last one. Hopefully this loads quickly with no problems. So yeah, wish list for Splinterforge. I want to be able to hit like play lineup again or view recent lineups I've played or something along those lines, just to make the lineup building process easier. Because for the most part, you're running very, very similar strategies every time you're fighting a boss. You know, you'd want to be able to quickly get into them versus, you know, having to keep doing that. But this game, I'm having a lot of fun playing this, so we'll just play a couple rounds before I hit skip. This boss is taking a while for people to make a lot of progress on, which is a little surprising. You know, it's not that complicated of a boss to do a ton of damage to, but I'm not going to complain. I'm going to use it for my advantage. I also have a melee team set up that I think I would run against this when we get Return Fire as the additional ability. Like right now it's Magic Reflect, but when I get Return Fire, obviously I don't want to run this lineup. I do have a melee team that I would trot out there, most likely with Kitty and Yasek. I would use the Kraken, I would use the Silver Shield Knight, I would use like the Hobgoblin, and then I would basically try to keep the Kraken alive. Would be mostly my play. Although I'm wondering, and I want to test this out next time I have to run my melee team, I might still run out the slip spawn, because cutting all of this damage in half is huge. It makes such a big difference. And it's just much easier to heal up. Plus, it'll save me 3 mana. So I'll test those two things out. But that's the type of things you need to play around with. You know, switching one card for another in this game can make a huge, huge difference in the amount of damage you're able to do. So again, same thing. The Vampiric Blossom, Gargoyle Devil, doing a ton of damage. We're able to heal up the slip spawn. My hero doing a ton of melee damage. We'll just skip to rewards. Hopefully we get over 1,000 again. And we did. We did actually do a little more damage this time. 1,200. We got a little Forgium boost too. Cool. All right, let's just quickly see if I moved up the leaderboard at all. And that'll be it. So I actually forget what number I was at. Oh, and we got another one that's going to let us get a ton of points too. So 93. So I'm in the money, and I still have a ton of energy left, and the boss still has 76%. So hopefully I can make a run for like the top 50. That'll probably be my goal. I haven't actually looked at the silver rewards. Top 50, I mean 13k Forgium, that's fantastic. Talking about 4 alpha crates, 3 of the rune bags. So exciting. All right, that'll be it. Hope you're enjoying the content this week. I can't wait to be back interacting with you guys day to day. Again, would love it if you could subscribe to the channel. I would love to welcome you to the community. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon and see you around the game.